What's up, everybody, and welcome to Empty Nest Full Life. This show is for anyone that's navigating those unexpected journeys after the kids move out. I'm your host, Lady Ashley, and I'm taking this ride right along with you. Let's talk about it. Okay, so who am I now? Because for years, my life consisted of being a parent, doing for someone else. And now the kids are gone. Who am I? Is it weird to feel or to realize that now your time is truly your time? So let me ask this question. With all that being said, how are you? Are you okay? Are you adjusting well to your new life? Is it all the glitz and glamour we thought it would be? When they went into pre-K, we couldn't wait for that graduation day, graduating from high school. And now that it's here and now that we're actually living through it, are you okay? Because who am I now? I don't have to wake anybody up in the morning. I don't have to make sure somebody comes in my house at a certain time. If I want to eat, I eat, but I don't have to worry about nobody else eating. Huh? I'm not the carpool mom. I'm not the field trip mom. I'm not the soccer mom. I'm not the AAU mom. I'm not the cheerleader mom. I don't deal with nobody injuries but mine. What's my identity now? Because my life was consumed being a parent. And some of us became a parent at an early age. So you've been looking at somebody else's eyeballs. Well, for me, since I was 17. So yeah, I thought as soon as the last one walked across the stage, he was going to grab a diploma and his suitcase and he was going to head up out the door and I was just going to swing around the house naked and just finally get to live. But I noticed right about that second week, I had this void. I had this emptiness. And some of us, being a parent, it wasn't all just, field trips and PTA meetings and all that. No, being a parent called for sacrifice and struggles and surviving. And now that's a little bit over. And the reason why I say it's a little bit, because we all know that just because they go off to college, your babies are going to still need you, but it's just in a different capacity. I tell people I'm a consultant now. But still, it's a big adjustment because they're no longer in your home. You're no longer regulating them. They off in college, ain't no telling what time they're coming back to that dorm room or who's in there with them. Your house is empty for the single parent. But let's talk about the married couple. The kids were a big bulk of your marriage. You probably had some date nights peppered in here and there and whatnot. But now, y'all just looking at each other. How do you build that relationship? Maybe y'all talk and you like, oh, wow. I thought when we first met, your favorite color was blue. You telling me it's been purple this whole time? You're rediscovering things. So this is a lot. This is a big adjustment. I want to stop and say I am not a licensed psychologist, therapist, none of the things. I'm just regular old Ashley going through this journey with you that have been depending on the internet to see me through. So I'm decided to share it. How about that? All right, so they say that for us empty nesters, we're going to enter into an identity shift. Okay? Let's talk honestly. When your child moves out, it can feel like an identity crisis. Because again, that's all you knew. You've been a parent. So now what? And that's normal to actually take a moment and have this beautiful opportunity to say, you know what? I can redefine my life now. I can reshape that thing. And we can reshape our life by rediscovering our passions. Again, if you were a young parent or a single parent, um, I don't want to paint the picture like it's all bad, but those of us who've been single parents, we know. So it's bills. You got to decide if you're gonna buy the child a sandwich or see about the light bill. Or I mean, hey, if you had it all together, you was a single parent and you was working the Fortune 500 company and you didn't have no struggle, that shoe boo, that's great. But it's a little 60% of us out there. So again, we put some of our passions and some of our desires on the back burner because we just had to live a practical life, and see about these children. Let's be real. So now let's rediscover some of those things. I decided, well, that's why I created this podcast. I realized that I do have a passion for helping people. I love being transparent. So if there's anything that I've went through or I go through, I can share it with somebody else to help other people. I love to talk. So why not create this podcast? I got this time on my hands now. What's something that you put on the back burner because you were a parent? Let's pull that back out. Pull that book out you were going to write. Huh? Did you want to start? I'm not just saying t-shirts. Shout out to the t-shirt makers. But it's not too late to start a clothing line. Have you ever taken a solo trip? Is there something you've always wanted to learn, but you never had the time to take the class, to learn it? Because you had to take somebody else to class? Now's the time. What were some of the goals that you put off? Because you were a parent. You was like, I absolutely cannot do that because I'm a mom. I absolutely cannot do that because I don't have time. Now you do. Again, your time is actually your time now. So let's pull those things back out. Also, let's look at building a new life altogether. For me, I kept saying, when this child graduate, I'm going to do this. And then I had another one. When that child graduate, I'm going to do this. And here we are. I'm almost 40. And I haven't done those things. I got to do it. I have to do it. I can no longer use being a mom and giving my time to others as an excuse as to why I can't accomplish some of the goals I wanted to set out to do. And I know it feels weird. You almost feel kind of guilty a little bit because you're thinking of yourself so much now. And it's okay because that means you are a good person. But do you know that it's okay now to just focus on you? Because again, we're not parenting directly now. We're not making sure nobody don't wash their face and brush their teeth before they walk out the door. If they don't do that now that they're grown, hey, you've done all you could do at the time you was allowed. That's on them to be out. That's thinking. Hopefully you raised them right. But it is okay to just focus on you because now you're just a consultant to them. And hopefully when they get gone, they stay gone. I didn't necessarily do that, but I'm just saying. I wanted to do my research and find some tips and tools to help us navigate this empty nester journey. Okay? So the first thing we're going to do an empty nester adjustment checklist. That's our homework. Okay? So first, we're going to acknowledge and accept your feelings without judgment. Again, it is okay that you are thinking of yourself now. You have thought about them kids. You have thought about their dinner. You have thought about their higher education. You have thought about making sure they had a roof over their head. You have thought about all of those wonderful, raising them. You've thought about all those wonderful things, and now we're going to think about you, and it is okay. Schedule regular me time to explore hobbies or relaxation. I think one of the best things about being an empty nester is I can just get up and go wherever I want to, and that be that. Last week, my husband and I was sitting there talking, and I said, baby, I'm not okay. I am tired of looking at these four walls in my house. I'm tired of looking at them four crystal walls on my job. I got to go. And you know what we did? We left. And we packed one bag. And we fed ourselves. And it was funny because when we got to the beach, we saw all the other people running behind cheering, trying not, so they don't get into the water and putting sunscreen and feeding them and all. And we were just sitting there wiggling our toes in the sand. That's what you should do. What a joy to just pick up and go. Okay? And wherever you go is what you want to do. And you ain't got to plan your trip around no churn being there. Okay, stay with me. Reconnect with your partner and make time for a social connection. Again, we realized that all we were doing was going to work, coming home, dinner, talk, church, in that order, I don't know. And the little, what you want to call it, sparkle, papa, it was missing. And again, we realized, hey, you know what? We can get in the car and go away, just the two of us, and ain't got to answer to nobody. Reconnect with your partner. Declutter or redecorate a space in your home for a fresh start. Here am I. Y'all know who room this used to be? My son's. And so after I defunked it and washed the weirdness off the walls, I don't really know what was happening in here. I made it pretty, and now it's my space. It's my world. Lady Ashley's world. Find you a space. Declutter. Throw some things out. Yes, and especially when it comes to them children. Okay, go ahead and keep their little booties and the little ones and when they first came home from the hospital. But if you still got clothes from when they was 5 running outside, throw it away. If you still holding on to their first basketball shoe, trash that. Let's declutter. Okay? Plan a weekly routine that includes exercise, rest, and fun. We are no longer getting off work, going to pick everybody up, dropping folks off at games, picking them up from cheerleading, going on field trips, and all of the things. We have time to now better ourselves. Where you was trying to go to them teacher meetings if you went, now you can go to the gym. I'm not talking to myself. I'm just playing. But now we can go. We can get that gym membership because our time is our time. We don't have to rush. Now, I'm talking mostly to the moms out there. Don't forget, your wife will do this. I'm going to throw those in there, but you're not time restraint so much, and it's what you want to do and not what you have to do. It's an adjustment, but this is where we are now. Write down 3 short-term and 3 long-term personal goals. Write them down. And this time we're going to do it. Them children ain't there. Nobody's holding us back. We help them accomplish their goal. They in somebody's school now, hopefully. So now, let's work on this. Consider therapy or support groups if the transition feels overwhelming. And I'm going to tell y'all, I was ready for the boy to go, the last one. I was ready for him to go. And then he left. And he was out of town. So I had that still, that mom meter was still happening. Did you eat? Did you wash your clothes? Did you do your assignment? Did you go to class? And it was like, Mom, I got it. Mom. Or wasn't answering the phone. I can't say be in the dorm room at a certain time because you're just not under my roof right now. So it's, what are you doing? What is he doing? What is happening? I wasn't okay, y'all. I had a little bit of depression. I have to admit that. Because my son was gone. I mean, my husband there, and I was thankful, but my baby wasn't around anymore. So I got into a sunken place. And that's a journey that we're still navigating. We even got to a point where, and you probably experienced, they think that once they enter into college, they are officially grown, and something translate in their mind that they are on the same level as you, and they can talk to you like they on the same level as you. So we had to have a come to Jesus to say we not there yet, but it was a hard adjustment. I didn't do well. I'm not gonna say I didn't do well. Everybody's journey is different. Again, that's why I created this platform where we all can share. And like when I felt that emptiness and lost, maybe you have too. And I hope you come in the comments and let me know, how did you deal with that? How did you navigate it? Okay? Let's celebrate small wins in this new chapter. I do. If I get up and actually get on that treadmill before work, you can't tell me nothing. I am superwoman at that point. But again, we've clapped for our kids their entire childhood. We were their personal cheerleaders. Now we're going to cheer for ourselves. We're going to celebrate us. Okay? Join a local class, volunteer group, or online community. Set up regular check-ins with your kids without overstepping. I am still learning how to do that. What does that look like? You're checking in, you're making sure that they're breathing, you're making sure that they at least ate twice or once a day, and then that's about it. You don't get into their personal life too much, or you don't keep asking them did they turn their stuff in, because they're not under your roof. But we're still checking in because they still our babies. But they are babies from afar. Okay? And then we want to start journaling. And I think we have some journal prompts for empty nesters. Okay? So these are some things that you can consider when you start journaling day to day. These are some prompts that we're going to think about. What do I miss most about having my kids at home? What do I not miss? What are 5 things I've always wanted to try but haven't yet? How can I nurture my relationship now that I have more time? What does a fulfilled life look like to me in this new chapter? Who am I now beyond my role as a parent? What new routines or habits would make my life feel richer? What strengths have I gained through parenting that I can now use differently? What fears do I have about the phase, and how can I face them with compassion? How do I want to grow emotionally, spiritually, and creatively? What would it look like to truly put myself first for once? Scary, isn't it? But we're here. And it's okay. But again, those are some journaling prompts that you can use day to day to help navigate this new phase. We're in this together. I know that this wasn't your typical podcast, but I thank you for hanging with me for my first kickoff. The purpose of this podcast, again, is to create a safe space for those empty nesters that's just trying to figure out how to navigate through this new phase of life. Don't forget to click like and share and hit the subscribe button. Let somebody know that this community is here to love on them, to cheer for them, to help guide them through our empty nest season. I love y'all. Bye.